Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe in chronological order, because publication order is just me putting numbers together, which is boring. Alright, so here we go. From Star Wars 177, it is Hondo Ohnaka's Not-So-Big Score. I was never a fan of Hondo. This short story is okay. It's kind of pointless. He goes undercover to rob a bunch of rich people. He's faking to be rich, but it turns out they're all fakes. One lost his money a long time ago and is broke. Another one just has some nice clothes and that's it. Another one has a case of beer or whatever. And that's all they really got out of it. But Hondo goes, it doesn't matter. It's the adventure that matters most, because he's kind of a lovable idiot. Again, I don't really care for his character. I know he's supposed to be funny in the Clone Wars TV show. And though I love Cad Bane, I think he's a great character from Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. Hondo, I didn't feel the same way about. So not a big fan. The book I want to talk about today is Boba Fett, A New Threat. This is by Elizabeth Hand, continuing the Boba Fett series. Of course, right off the bat, Boba Fett reminds the reader that he knows a very powerful secret, that Darth Tyrannus is Count Dooku. I hope he uses that in this book series, because he hasn't yet, but he keeps reminding the reader that he knows a powerful secret, and knowledge is power. He's still working for Jabba the Hutt. He gets some armor that fits him, but it's Jango Fett's armor. He looks just like Jango Fett now. I don't know how I feel about that, donning the Mandalorian armor so early. Like I said, I like how Bantam later on straightened out his storyline. In my opinion, I like that Boba Fett better. This Boba Fett is friendly, he's nice, he has friends, he laughs, he makes new friends along the way. I know it's a children's novel, but Boba Fett should be jaded, you know, quiet, the quiet type, relies only on himself, as we know him throughout his adult life. He only trusts himself. He only cares about himself, unless some big betrayal of trust happened later on. I'd like to know what's going on. Anyway, Jabba the Hutt gives him another mission, this one off planet to Dagobah, where he's going to take on, he has to capture or kill Wat Tambor of the separatist movement. And he's fine doing that. He's excited about it. He goes on the planet Dagobah, which has a bunch of mushrooms and spores and stuff, and he has all these little tricks up his sleeve because he makes friends with one of the natives, because Boba Fett's a friendly guy, and a bunch of Boba Fett's previous encounters, a Padawan, Nuru the Claudite, who screwed him out of his dad's inheritance, a few other people he's made encounters with, they make appearances in the book, and he finally gets to Wat Tambor. One thing I found interesting is when he stops because he hears his dad's voice. He's like, Dad? But it's a clone trooper. I like that. That was a nice touch. Anyway, when he finally gets and breaks into Wat Tambor's fortress and almost has him captured, that's when General Grievous arrives. It's the first time he's seen General Grievous, and this is another good thing about the book. General Grievous is menacing. He's menacing in this. Boba Fett's kind of scared. Now, do we want to see a scared Boba Fett? I guess, because he's still young. Now, they act like he's grown so much in the past year and a half or whatever. He can't be but 13, maybe 14, but they act like, man, he is a young man now. He's still under 14 here. Again, not really, and hey, if the Clone Wars said he went on a mission with Bosk and retrieved this laser-proof helmet, where was that? You know, from the comic strips, the Clone Wars magazine comic strips. But none of that's mentioned, thank goodness, because it's stupid. And Boba Fett's grown a little bit, and they say that as kids get growth spurts around that age. But put him in Jango Fett's armor, I don't really know. Anyway, he knows he's no match for General Grievous. So what he does is, during some explosions that go off to try to kill him, he, on purpose, cuts himself on this fungus that paralyzes people. And it's only temporary, but you look like you're dead. And so he fools General Grievous and Wat Tambor that he is dead. They killed him in the explosion, even though it's just the paralyzing poison. And as he loses consciousness, he hopes everything will be okay. You know, so it's almost like on a cliffhanger here. The book overall, by the way, at the end of the book, they always have these pre-Filoni Clone Wars timelines that show the books and the comic books and the Young Boba Fett books, and shows you where everything goes in place in the Clone Wars. Back when the Clone Wars wasn't some unmitigated mess, which it was after Dave Filoni's Clone Wars, on top of all the other adventures they laid on top of the Clone Wars. So that was really nice to see what it once was, an orderly, structured timeline. Not that anymore. Overall, this Boba Fett book was okay. The whole time I kept feeling like, Boba Fett's way too friendly, he's way too nice, he talks too much, he smiles at his friends and laughs. And no, he's a jaded kid. You know, he should be a hardened kid because he had a hard life. His dad died when he was young. He's scarred for life. Whenever he looks at a clone trooper, he sees his dad and stuff. I want to see more of that. Now, I know you can't put that in a children's book, but it'd be interesting to see what Jude Watson could have done with this character, you know, with this young adult series. But anyway, I digress. See you next time.